Right. Okay. So if you all have observed, we have been trying to follow the plan according to the seasons for some time now. So we had some winter focused plan, and then now we are also following summer focused plan. Now, why I thought I should talk to you all is because many of you have been now practicing for more than 2 years. Okay. And many of you are also very consistent. So, as the season shifts now, the summer sun, which is already begin to rise, but as it intensifies further, I thought that it is now a good time for most of us to shift more towards what classical Hatha Yoga and Pranayama um, recommends. Not as mere practices, but as a way to, restructure how we look at our bodies, our breaths, and in general, the energy and mind also. So I know that many of you have physical goals like, toning up or reducing fat, or maybe increasing mobility for some sport, or in general feeling a light in the body. And yes, we will continue to work on all of these. But today I just want to, what should I say, invite you all to see strength, flexibility of the body, not just from the point of view of musculoskeletal systems, muscles and joints and bones and ligaments and tendons, but mainly as mastery over prana shakti. Okay, so how yoga would look at strength is not only in terms of your muscle strength or your muscle endurance or the tone of the muscle or the capacity of the muscle to flex, but also and mainly in terms of prana shakti. That prana shakti is the power of how your body is able to utilize the presence of different types of energies in the body. Pranavayu, Apanavayu, Samanavayu, Vyanavayu, Udanavayu. There are these pancha pranas present in the body, and how our body uses these pranas and directs them, channelizes them, is strength as per yoga. So, not just the muscle strength, but prana strength, the prana shakti. So, we are saying that in yoga, true strength is not measured by, say, how many push ups you can do, or say, how long can you hold a plank. Is that not strength? Yes, it is strength. But yoga says strength is much more than this, it is beyond this. So it is also measured by how stable you are, or your mind is mainly under stress, how resilient your digestion and your immunity are, how well your body uses, stores, and conserves prana. Pran, which is the subtle bioenergy. It is not the gross and gross, it is not as gross as breath. Pran or energy is subtler than breath. Breath is only the vehicle that carries this prana shakti. Breath is not equal to prana. That is why when we practice pranayam, we don't say shwasayam, right? Shwas is breath. But the name of the practice is not shwasayam, it is pranayam. Why? Because pran is different than breath. Okay. Is someone trying to say something? Okay. So pran is different than breath. So what I'm trying to say is the strength is this strength, how well your body is able to use, store, and conserve pran, which is the subtle bioenergy. And this energy fuels your organs, your internal organ systems. It fuels your every movement. It fuels your every thought, every action, and every emotion. And when I say every action, whenever I say the word action, one has to understand action as that which is not done only through the body. What you think is also action. What you speak is also action. So action is not only raising the arms up, doing trikonasana or running or swimming or doing chakrasana. Not that. Kaya, vacha, and manas. At the level of physical body, kaya, at the level of vacha, speech, and at the level of mind. All three levels, we keep performing actions. So this prana shakti fuels actions at all levels. And yoga looks at strength like this. This prana shakti, how are you able to use, store, and conserve this prana shakti is strength. Okay, so you may have strong biceps but a weak gut. It is quite possible. Flexible hips but very, very fatigued lungs. Isn't it? So that is then not vitality, that is imbalance. So in this month, we will try to focus, or our focus is going to be to build strength at the root level. Store, use, and conserve prana shakti. Okay. So when it comes to yoga anatomy, anatomy is anatomy, but how yoga would look at anatomy, it's little different, rather very different. So yoga is not saying that, okay, heart is in the legs. No, that is not the change, but the perspective is different. Okay. Yoga say, of course, what the organ systems are where they are. The functions that the organ systems are doing is set. It is all defined by medical science, and that is how it is. But yoga also associates um, certain kinds of attitudes or certain kinds of emotions and thoughts with certain organs in the body. Okay, for example, the feeling of happiness or joy is always associated with lungs. Okay, stronger lungs, happier you. Okay, so if you come across a person who looks very happy and who is really very, very happy, you will never feel, or you will never see that person sitting like this. Okay, that person will always be like this. Nicely open chest, because wide chest, wide rib cage, nicely expanded lungs, very happy. So happiness is related to lungs. Then the health of the heart is directly associated with how empathetic, compassionate, or loving you are towards the world. So that feeling of love, compassion, and giving is associated with the health of the heart. Okay, so a weaker heart would mean the opposite feelings. One is constantly having opposite feelings, feeling of maybe comparing, I'm not enough, I could be better, or maybe strong jealousy, or not able to let go of things, not able to forget and forgive. So, this is something which is associated with the health of the heart. Okay. Then, liver. Okay. The organ liver, if whenever we are scared of something, okay, what do we feel? Where do we feel that feeling of scared? We feel it in the stomach. We say butterflies in the stomach. So, liver is associated with courage, adventure. And the weaker liver, it is the feeling of fear, feeling of um, uh, immense worry, right? That is liver. Then spine, okay? A strong spine gives you a feeling of determination, okay? Determination. So, yoga is looking at each organ like this. Not so when we are trying to maintain the health of that particular organ, or when we are, what does that mean in yogic terms? It means we are trying to make sure that the pran shakti that this organ receives is in optimum capacity. This organ, the intelligence is already built in. We are not giving the intelligence to that organ. Every organ, every cell in the body has the intelligence. The kidney cells know what is their function. We are not teaching them. Okay, yoga is not teaching them. But what is yoga then doing? Yoga ensures that each cell in that organ system is able to use the prana shakti, store the prana shakti, and conserve the prana shakti. And when this happens, there is a strong body, because all the vital organs, the organ systems, are able to function well. Okay, so in the month of April, we will focus on this, and we have built quite solid foundation for the last 4-5 months. And the best tool that yoga gives us is pranayama in order to deal with this prana shakti. Does that mean we will not practice asanas? Does that mean we will now not be doing strength training, therabands and dumbbells? No, it doesn't mean that. We will continue to do that, because when I wrote this message, I did get some messages from people. Oh, we like to do asanas. Oh, we like to do this. Oh, we like to do that. We all are going to continue that. But our focus is going to be prana shakti. Through asanas, what are we going to target? Prana shakti. Not the flexibility. Maybe you're not stretching too much. Not just the flexibility, but this prana shakti. Okay, because there is something more and deeper that we all need to understand. In Hatha Yoga, the body, because we are talking about energy now, we are talking about pran now. This pran is not an organ, or it is not a physical gross thing that you can touch and feel and smell. It is because it is energy. Can we deny the presence of energy? No, of course not. Because we feel the energy, we feel positive, we feel negative, we feel low on energy, we feel high on energy. So we can feel the fluctuation of the energy also. So there has to be some system which manages the energy also. If the energy is present and we also feel the fluctuation, then there has to be some system. And so yoga talks about chakras. These chakras are energy centers. Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddhi, Ajna chakra, Sahasrara chakra. These are the chakras. Each chakra has a location, but again, that location is not physical, because chakras also are not physical in nature. Um, if you dissect the body, you're not going to see the chakras there, isn't it? Because it's not an organ, it is energy. So these are energy centers. But each chakra, because of the presence in a particular location or space, it governs the prana shakti in that space of the body. So the organs present in that space of the body are impacted if the energy in this chakra is out of balance. Okay, now Hatha Yoga also talks about something called knots, K-N-O-T-S, knot, K-N-O-T, knots. The knots, in Sanskrit, the word is granthi. Granthi means knot. Okay, now Hatha Yoga is saying there are 3 granthis or 3 knots in the body. Now granthis are not to be translated as glands. Okay, in the medical language, if you use Hindi, then granthi, antastravi, bahyasravi granthi, endocrine glands, they are translated as granthis, but we are not talking about glands. So please don't confuse it with the endocrine glands. This is granthi as in knot. Okay. So there are 3 granthis: Brahma granthi, Vishnu granthi, and Rudra granthi. Now these 3 granthis have certain location. So Brahma granthi is located at pelvic region. At pelvic region. Then Vishnu granthi is located at the chest region. And Rudra granthi is located here between the eyebrows. Now, those who have some idea of chakras, they would know. So if Brahma granthi is located at pelvic region, it means lower chakras. Muladhara, Swadhisthana. Okay. Then Vishnu granthi located more towards the center between the Manipura, the navel, and the chest. So this is where Vishnu granthi is. And then Rudra granthi is located here between the eyebrows, where Ajna chakra is. Now, what is Brahma granthi? What is this knot? What does knot tell us? What is a knot? Knot is where something is locked. Something is not open. When you untie it, you release something. So when we are saying there is this Brahma granthi, means something is locked. The energy there is locked. It is not open. And when the energy is locked, it is not flowing. The flow of energy is not free flow in that particular region. Now this Brahma granthi, when this knot is tied, what does this indicate? At the level of energy, and when, of course, energy is kaya, vacha, manas. That also present at the physical body level, speech and mind. Everything, action, energy is 3 levels, kaya, vacha, manas. So what does this knot indicate? It tells us there is a feeling of fear. Constant feeling of fear, anxiety, worry, stress, or not open for change. There is inertia. All of these feelings, if you have, then that is Brahma granthi. Energy is locked there. There is this knot which is tied. One has to untie this knot. There are asanas, pranayam and other yogic practices that help untie this knot. Hatha Yoga Pradipika uses a word here. Okay. See. So Hatha Yoga Pradipika says, Brahmanadi mukhe samstha kafadyargala nashanam. Kafa, adi, means what? At the mukha, at the mouth or the opening of Brahmanadi, if there are impurities, the impurities in the physical body will be in the form of meda, shleshma, kapha, fat, mucus, kapha. All these are accumulated there at the mukha or opening of Brahmanadi. One has to remove these impurities. Means what? Shuddhikaran, cleansing. When that happens, the energy there is unlocked. The knot is untied. And only then there is free flow of energy in that area. And then the rising up of energy is possible. And this Brahma Granthi is cleared through hip opening asanas. Then there are practices of bandhas, Mula Bandha. Then there is a practice of Ashwini Mudra, Kapalabhati, Bhasrika. These are the practices that are going to be helpful in releasing the energy that is locked here at lower chakras, Brahma Granthi. Then Vishnu Granthi. This is located in the middle area, chest region mainly. So this is tied to emotional strength and also unprocessed grief. Like I said, what is heart associated with? Healthy heart, compassion, unconditional love, unconditional acceptance of everything, everyone around you, and even unconditional acceptance of myself, not just others. It's not that, okay, I accept others as they are, but I don't like myself as I am. So it is unconditional acceptance of myself and others. This feeling is associated with healthy heart. If it is not there, then there is a lot of unprocessed grief. Grief which has been there for years and not dealt with. We don't want to get into the reasons, but it is there. And if it is there, then what happens? The energy is again locked there. Granthi, the knot is tied. So we need to untie it, open it again, so that the energy can flow. So this is dealt with through practices like shoulder openers, chest openers, back bends, Dirgha Shwasan, Anulom Vilom Pranayam, Shitali Shitakari Pranayam, Chandra Bhedan Pranayam. So all of these practices help to deal with this locked energy at Vishnu Granthi, because this governs heart, lungs, and also the upper digestive system, because it is in that location. Then the third Granthi, Rudra Granthi. So that Rudra Granthi is located between the eyebrows. Now this is tied to scattered thinking or focused thinking, both. If the energy is free flowing, then there is focus. If not, then there is scattered thinking, overthinking, unnecessary thinking. No neuromuscular coordination at the level of physical body. Balance doesn't happen. Very tough to practice balancing asanas. associated with ego also, heightened ego, or wrong sense of self. What I am, I don't know, and I consider something else to be me. People tell, okay, you are like that, I accept. So this is what, so all the confusion related to ego, doubt. This is Rudra Granthi. When it is locked, the energy is locked here. Prana Shakti is not free flowing. Now, this knot then is melted through the practices of forward bends. Okay, many of the forward bending poses help here. This knot is also melted through practices of inversions, where the blood supply is more towards the brain region. Shashankasan, simple poses. Paschimottanasana, standing forward bend. Padangushthasana. Then pranayam, Brahmari. The best one for skull. It creates vibrations in the region which is above the throat. So throat, face, skull, head, top of the head, back side of the head. And Yoga Nidra, deep meditation. This is all for Rudra Granthi. Now we have to understand that it is not that, okay, it's not a ladder. कि अभी मेरे ब्रह्म ग्रंथि खुल गई, अभी मैं विष्णु ग्रंथि की, अभी मेरी विष्णु ग्रंथि खुल गई रुद्र ग्रंथि की तरफ, सब ग्रंथि खुल गए और वो ओपन ही रहने वाले, ऐसे नहीं होगा. Okay, it is quite possible that during the day also we experience the block or locked energy at one of these three regions. It's quite possible. But continuous and consistent yoga practice will do what? It will build that awareness in us. And when we practice it, we are able to channelize the energy. We know that, okay, this is happening. I want the pran shakti to flow freely in this region so that I am able to think straight. So that I am able to just observe that, okay, I'm confused right now, or I'm angry right now, or I'm scared right now. Let me not come to any conclusion or take any decision right now. Let me not be in a hurry. This happens when we are able to channelize the pran shakti in this area. And when these three knots are loosened, our target is to loosen them. When these three knots are loosened, pran starts to flow freely. It knows where to flow. And then that revitalizes your internal organ system. It in turn boosts metabolism. It, of course, improves mental clarity. And it just recharges your whole body mind system. Okay, so that this is the reason why I said this is to give you an idea of why we are going to do pranayam. Okay, and I have designed a practice of pranayam also, which I am going to share with you right now, and who should do what also. I will not take names, but I will just give a guideline. If you have doubt, you can send a message to me. So from April, at least till June end, April, May, June, what we will do is we'll practice classical Hatha Yoga asanas, targeting joints, muscles, spine, internal organs, which we have been doing. 2 days there will be, I will include 15 minutes of TheraBand and dumbbell drills also. That will continue. But what will be common is I am calling it a pranayam capsule. It is going to be a daily ritual. Okay. So a standard practice that I've designed is this. Okay. And I'm also going to share this in our group. Don't worry if you forget. I'm not expecting that you remember this right now. But after our asana practice, we do 12 rounds of Bhasrika. 12 rounds. After 12 rounds of Bhasrika, we do 120 strokes of Kapalabhati. Not fast. We do 120 strokes of Kapalabhati at the rate 1 second, 1 stroke. Not faster than that. After 120 Kapalabhati, we do 12 rounds of Anulom Vilom Pranayama. So this is a capsule. This is like a sandwich. So Bhasrika, between its Kapalabhati and then Anulom Vilom. Okay. So I call this one set. 12 Bhasrika, 120 Kapalabhati, 12 Anulom Vilom. This is what one set. Okay. Now, people who do not have any physical condition. What do I mean by physical condition? No heart condition, no history of stroke, no brain condition, eye glaucoma, asthma, or recent abdominal surgery. If you don't have any of these, you can practice or you will practice 2 sets like this. 2 sets. Meaning what? First set you do 12, 120, 12. Then rest for a minute, observe the breath. And then you go for second set. So you do two sets like this. Okay. Now, people who have heart condition, who have peptic ulcer or any recent abdominal surgery, then eye condition or brain condition, all the conditions that I have mentioned, they will practice only one set. And after Anulom Vilom, they will practice Shitali or Shitakari 20 rounds. If you have undergone dental treatment, then you will not practice Shitakari like this. You will use the other method. If your doctor says, if your dentist says, don't do this right now, if there is root canal, very recent, or any other dental surgery, then tell your doctor, should I do this or even this? Because the cool air is going to come in, your teeth will be sensitive. So consult and then practice. But you will be able to practice Shitali in most cases, this one. Okay. So if you have any of these conditions, then you will practice one set, 12 Bhasrika, 120 Kapalabhati, 12 Anulom Vilom, and 20 rounds of Shitali or Shitakari. If you are not able to practice both Shitali or Shitakari for some reason, you can do 20 rounds of Chandra Bhedan Pranayama. Inhale through the left nostril, exhale through the right nostril. Again, inhale left, exhale right. This is Chandra Bhedi Pranayama. Okay, and after this, you will go in Shavasana. Others will practice 2 sets. After 2 sets, you will do Shitali or Shitakari, 10 rounds, and then you will go in Shavasana. Clear? Now, people who have asthma and who use inhaler, they will not begin with Bhasrika. I will tell you what Bhasrika is, okay? We know Kapalbhati, we know Anulom Vilom Shitali, but we will do Bhasrika. People with asthma who use inhaler, they will not start with Bhasrika. Okay? They will start with Anulom Vilom. So you will first do Anulom Vilom. You will not do Bhasrika. You will do Anulom Vilom 12 rounds first. then you will do Kapalabhati. 60 strokes, not even 120 strokes. You will do Kapalabhati. So Anulom Vilom, then 120 strokes of Kapalabhati, then Anulom Vilom again. Okay, and then do Chandra Bhedana Pranayama and Shavasana. So you are going to do Anulom Vilom 2 times. Anulom Vilom, Kapalabhati, Anulom Vilom, and then cooling breath, Chandra Bhedan Pranayama. No Shitali Shitakari, do Chandra Bhedan because you already have cough. So no Shitali Shitakari. You will do Chandra Bhedan for asthma. Okay. So this is what we will include in all our classes in April, from 1st of April. If you have any questions, please drop a message to me and I will just show you how we do Bhasrika. I will guide you, of course, in the first few classes. So we are going to do Bhasrika using our shoulders mainly. So what do we do? Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, exhale in one stroke like Kapalabhati. So slow inhale and one stroke exhale like. So it is not shrugs, it is not up and down, okay? It is rolling up, sending back and down with exhale. So 1, 2, inhale, 3, exhale. 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 So we are practicing Bhasrika also slowly. We are not practicing Bhasrika very fast, like we are not doing. So this will help, or this will not harm people with high blood pressure if they practice at this pace and only 12 rounds, not more. And we are also balancing it with Anulom Vilom later and Shitali Shitakari or Chandra Bhedan. Okay. Now, if you are someone who has chronic hypertension, but you are not taking medicines. So this, what I told, the capsule of Bhasrika, Kapalabhati, Anulom Vilom, and Shitali Shitkari or Chandra Bhedan in case of high BP is for those people whose blood pressure is under control and is completely managed with medicine. But if you are not taking medicine and you have high blood pressure, then you will not do Bhasrika, you will not do Kapalabhati, you will only do Anulom Vilom and Shitali or Shitakari, and followed by Shavasana. You can do Brahmari also. Okay, but no Bhasrika, strictly, no Kapalabhati, strictly. Even if you are able to do 300 strokes of Kapalabhati, you will not do it. Okay, I'm writing all of this and I'm going to share this in the form of PDF also with do's, don'ts, who will do what. If you have any questions around this, after I share, you can ask me. And if you have any question right now also, you can ask me. Suhag sir.
Sujata, this new format will be only of 1 hour or we are going to extend it more than 1 hour?
1 hour, 1 hour.
Okay,
1
everything
hour.
is 1 hour.
Yes, 1 hour only. So there will be about, say, I would say 40 to 45 minutes of asana. And this will take about 15 minutes, including Shavasana.
And like other people, we are not doing Bhasrika like this.
No,
Okay.
we won't.
Only.
We are doing inhale 1, 2 and exhale 1 stroke. We are not doing this or this. We are only using this. Bhasrika can be done in standing, forward bend, but we are not starting with that. Any other? Kirti, you had to ask something? Sushma, you want to ask something?
Yeah, Sujita, and the exhalation is through the nose only, no?
Yes, it is through the nose. In Bhasrika, na?
Yes.
It
The
is through
Bhasrika
the
that you
nose.
showed just now, yeah.
It is through the nose.
Okay.
Like Kapalabhati. Exhalation is like Kapalabhati. People who have never practiced Bhasrika, but have no physical condition, starting with 12 strokes of Bhastrika is all fine, okay? No tension. People who have high BP or asthma or have this anxiety, too much of anxiety about their physical condition, you can start with say six strokes of Bhastrika. Don't go for 12 at a stretch. Do 4 to 6, then wait, do some normal deep breaths, and then start with Kapalbhati. Also, I'm saying Kapalbhati 120 strokes, but it is not a must. You can start with only 60, then see how it goes, or how we have been practicing 3 sets of 30, 30, 30. So it becomes 90. That way also you can do. Okay, so I'm not saying that from 1st of April, we will start with these many numbers. We will start slow. In the first week, we will see how it goes. We'll build the tempo. I will modify the practice as needed. And then I'm sure eventually by 2nd week of April, all of us will know individually what is my practice. And we will practice that. Now, if you are someone who is new to asana practice, okay, then you are not going to do 2 sets. You will do only 1 set of this capsule. Okay. But if you have, if you are new to asana practice and if you are not able to sit in cross-leg position still for longer time, then you must go closer to the wall and sit. Do not compromise on your sitting posture. Stability in the sitting posture comes with regular asana practice, and it will surely come in 6 months. But if it is only 1 month, 2 months of asana practice that you have, then focus more on the breath so that you don't have to worry about your posture. Take support. Let your back rest against the wall. Don't lean back like this, but take good support cushion for your lower back and also the hips. Sit on a height, and I will share a video of how to sit with support. You can go through that video also. Any other questions? I hope you all have understood the purpose of why we are practicing this and how yoga looks at strength and what do we mean by strength. Okay. Right. We can stop then. Thank you. Have a very good evening.